Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, hi, my name is Natasha and it's fantastic to have you here. For today's video, we are going to be discussing the new moon in Pisces that is currently happening, and then we're going to transition into a collective tarot reading to see how best to utilize this energy and any advice the cards have. Now, all decks that I am using today, there's quite a few, they will all be listed in the description box below, and whilst you're there, I do have a link tree that will provide you all of my social media as well as my Etsy shop where I do private readings. All right, so let's get into it. New moons are all about new beginnings, new cycles, setting intentions, planting those seeds. It's a clean slate to start over, to start again. It's the perfect time to really get into that goal setting frame of mind, which is what we have here with this card. So we can see all of those wonderful little keywords there. So new moons are fantastic. It is a time where I like to sit and write out all of my goals for the month and see at the end of the month what I actually accomplished. So it's a great way to keep yourself accountable too throughout the month, to check in on yourself. So with it being in the sign of Pisces, let's talk a little bit about the overall energy of Pisces. So this is a sign that is very dreamy. It is connected to the spiritual realm as well as intuition. It is the last sign in the zodiac. It is also ruled by the planet Neptune, which gives it that dreamy vibe, that connected to source vibe. They're very empathetic, and with that, they need their space. They need to be alone. They need time to recoup. They need time to actually get back into their right state of being. Very sensitive, very compassionate. They're awesome and creative. There are some negative traits or some shadow traits that Piscean energy can get into, such as a lack of boundaries, a hard time saying no. They tend to like to run away from problems sometimes if it gets too overwhelming. Escapism is a huge thing. So like going into the books, fantasy realms, TVs, video games, that could also lead to certain addictive qualities. So that's something to be looking out for as well. And then sometimes they can lack confidence. You know, they are so focused on being connected to everyone else that they don't feel like they have what it takes sometimes. So those are some shadow or negative traits. And how to best utilize this energy, what to look out for, is to really tap into your feelings, to focus on that, to really go in with your feelings, connect with your higher self, connect with your intuition, connect with your spirituality at this time. There might be some advice there that you can utilize for your goals or for your new intentions. So if we can get into flow, if we can get into alignment, that's going to pay off big. Meditating is going to be a big help. So however you choose to do so, it can be losing yourself into an activity, walking meditation where you go for walks. It can also just be sitting and focusing on breath work. Meditation is different for everybody, but this is a great way to kind of tap into your source or higher self or spirit guides, angels, whatever you choose to tap into. But pay attention to dreams, especially since this is in Pisces with that Neptune ruler. So it's going to be really good to pay attention to those little signs, pay attention if you can see any kind of synchronicities or any messages. This would also be a great time to, before you go to bed, to set your intentions to remember your dreams, or if you have a specific question that you would like information or advice on from your spirit guides. So it's a great time for you to ask your question before, and sometimes it's even a good idea to write it down on a piece of paper and put it under your pillow, along with maybe an amethyst or even obsidian, to kind of help facilitate that remembering and those messages in your dreams. So with all of that, manifesting is going to be big with your goal setting and your setting intentions. So remember that your thoughts create your reality. What you focus on, you will start seeing more of and experiencing more of. So for instance, there's that example where if you set your attention on seeing a yellow car, you're going to start seeing them everywhere. So if you focus on opportunities, if you focus on positive things, if you focus on, you know, what you're trying to manifest, those things are going to come quicker. You're going to see those opportunities But again, with manifesting, you always have to do the inspired action and work behind it. So you can't just wish for it and then expect it to boom appear. So it needs to be a working action alongside of the thinking and the positive thoughts. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into our reading. All right, so we are going to start with the Zodiac Tarot, and then we are going to move on with all of these Oracle cards. Don't worry, I am going to be brief with each one. Okay, so first up, the first card that we're going to look at is the energy for how best to utilize this new moon. And we have the Nine of Pentacles here. Nice, okay. So next up is going to be any kind of advice here, and we have the Two of Wands. Oh, I love it. Okay, so look here. We've got Venus and we have Mars energy. I love that duality here. Okay, so how best to utilize this energy? Well, the Nine of Pentacles is the treat yourself card for me. So this could mean a lot of different things to each person. So it's going to depend on how you feel during this full moon. But this is exactly what that means, treat yourself. So self-care time, focusing on you and only you. So this is the energy to really kind of go maybe in depth with your own wants and needs. And then maybe focus on your goals a little bit, like we were talking about earlier. How much do you want to achieve? What do you want to get done? But again, we're talking about you working hard to get where you're already at. So it's time for you to take care of you personally. So whether that means rest, whether that means buying yourself some things that you've been coveting for a while, whether it is going out to eat, spending money on a nice meal, however you see fit, this is self-care time. That's what I'm getting the most of. Looking inward, going in deep, connecting to your spirituality and connecting to your higher self. This card is all about individuality as well. We have Venus energy as well as Virgo energy. So Venus is really much like that Empress energy, right? Where it is creativity, it's nourishment, it's nurturing, it's motherly. And then we look at the Virgo, which is hard work, very much powering through things. This is very good energy for you to focus on yourself. This is creative. All of those things are going to be fantastic advice on how best to utilize this energy, which is going to turn into this Two of Wands, which is talking about planning, is talking about focusing your energy, is talking about actually taking action. But there's a caveat here with this Two of Wands. It's asking you to kind of decide here whether you want to stay where you're at, where you know you're comfortable, where you know kind of what everything's going on, how to go about your day, or you can choose to move outside that comfort zone and move toward the zone of the unknown, where you can plan and move forward with those plans, where you don't really know what the outcome's going to be, but you do know that it's going to be a risk. And it's going to create expansion and growth. So there's that decision factor there where you kind of need to make a choice. So if your goals are to create more abundance and to further your growth, you might want to choose the unknown. Because again, if you continue to stay where you're at, where you don't make any new choices, where you don't do anything new, no new doors are going to come and open for you. So that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here is you might want to evaluate things. If you're comfortable where you're at and you don't need to move beyond what's going on for you right now, then awesome. You can stay right where you're at. But if you want more for yourself, you might have to go outside your comfort zone. You know, what is that? The old keys won't open new doors. So that's what I see here for the collective. Treating yourself, enjoy the feeling of self-care, nurturing yourself, feeling safe, feeling that you can have that self-care, that independence, and that you have the means to do this. And means can also be time. So giving yourself that time to like actually recuperate, rest, nurture yourself for what you need nurturing, healing. I know this is Pentacles, but in the sense of this reading, that's what I'm getting. And then take it and use that inspired action after you have nurtured yourself and move ahead with it. So let's keep going. Let's move on with your oracle cards here. We've got the Astrosouls deck here. First up, oh my gosh, Jupiter. So expansion, gratitude, morality, and enlightenment. And this is kind of awesome to see because we are talking about expanding here, and having more gratitude will increase your abundance as well when we are talking about that manifestation mode. And then we have Trine here, which talks about fluency, ease, talent, development, privilege, aptitude, self-comfort, temper, laziness, and intelligence. So put that talent to ease and give yourself comfort. And then we have Mars. Love that. Take that inspired action, your willpower, desire, fortitude. No rage, because we don't want rage now. And we have the 9th house. I connect. Connect to the divine. All right. This is the house of friendships, groups, and social activities where we are involved. It covers teams, friends, groups, society, technology, projects, and social media, as well as originality, eccentricity, and social justice, rebellion, and humanitarianism. But basically, we're going to focus on connecting to source. We're going to connect to ourselves. We're going to connect to our higher selves. We're going to connect to each other. And then we have conjunction. All right. Unity, autonomy, individualism, inner self, self-motivation, concentration, and personal interests. Nice. Remember, we were talking about self-made individualism. Go within, go inside, and kind of figure out what needs healing, what needs expressing, that sort of a situation for you. Next, we're going to take a look at your heavenly bodies. All right, first up, we got 9th house again. So spiritual growth. Okay, connect to your spirituality, however that seems fit for you. Next, we have Sagittarius energy, optimism, exploration, and freedom. Positive thinking, also exploring things. Again, self-care comes up because we're talking about freedom and exploration. Exploring your spirituality as well. Then we have beautiful. We've got Pisces. Love it. All right, and we have Sagittarius here. Surrender, fluidity, and welcoming change. Then we have Neptune, dream and transcend. We don't really need to go into that. That's just confirmation. And then our last one, Pisces, intimacy, intuition, and compassion. So focus on all of those things. And then we're going to talk about our Starcodes Astro deck. All right, first up, we've got Neptune. Okay, more confirmation. Then we've got Sun, connecting to source. Okay, even though it's Sun, I'm going to take that as a confirmation to connect to source. Also, Sun to me means health and vitality, so focusing on that too. What's going to bring you health, what's going to make you feel good, what's going to light you up. Then we also have another Jupiter, right? Didn't we have? Yeah, more abundance. Okay, I'm not going to go deep into that again. And then we have Vesta, so heart. Focus on your source, your higher self. What makes you feel good? What makes you feel at home? What lights you up? Okay, more confirmation. We've got retrograde. So we might be reviewing things that don't work, that didn't work when we were in our last cycle. So whatever didn't work or doesn't feel right for you anymore, we're going to release that. We're going to let go of it because that doesn't need to come with us in this next cycle. And our last star codes, we've got North Node, focusing on the future. Okay, so if what you plan today, what are you planning today that's going to allow you to see the future that you want to see? As well as we're talking manifesting too with these setting intentions. So how do you see yourself in the future? What can you do now to give you the future that you are looking forward to or wanting? All right. Next we have the Queen of the Moon cards. We've got self-love. Focus on that self-care. Know you are worthy. Know you are valid. We have new moon. So again, beginnings. Next up, boundaries. We were talking about that. So this is a great time to start setting boundaries if you haven't done so, as well as maybe reevaluating. So when we talk about this review with this retrograde, reevaluate those boundaries and see what needs more fortitude, and maybe where you can be a little bit more lenient. Are certain people crossing your boundaries all the time? Do you need to have a conversation? All of those things. Remember, boundaries are important. They're to help you with your own goals, and they're to help you feel safe and comfortable. So if anyone makes you feel unsafe or uncomfortable, there needs to be a boundary set. Again, with that Pisces energy, that having a hard time to say no, work on that. I work on that all the time. It's always super hard. Okay, then we have trust. Trust the process, trust yourself, trust your practice, trust your spirituality, your higher self, your guides, all of those things. Trust is important in any kind of healing as well. And trust your boundaries. All right, next we have the anatomy of a witch. First up, we've got witch bones. Witch bones. This talks about setting foundations because we're talking about skeletal bones here. Setting a foundation. So again, setting intentions, setting goals. This is a foundation for you to jump up upon and work on, right? So what is your foundation for this next cycle going to be? What is the foundation that you are laying for your goals and your intentions? Next up, we have align. So we need to be in alignment. We need to be in flow. And a great way to do that is to meditate or any kind of spiritual practice that you can align your goals and your spiritual self with as one. So alignment, look at where there's blockages, look at where there's not enough faith, not enough trust. Look at where you can fill in voids as well. So be in alignment with your goals, be in alignment with your spirituality, be in alignment with yourself. Next up, we have witch bottle. I love witch bottles. So these were intended to distract spirits or negative entities that you don't want lurking around your work or your space. So with witch bottle, where are you being distracted right now? Are you allowing the distractions to take over your goals, to take over your intentions? Are you focusing on the wrong thing? Such as, are you focusing on negative self-talk or negative talk in general, negative people? Are you being distracted by things that might be easier to do instead of focusing on what you should be doing? Find out what this is and make sure you make waves to not be distracted, if that makes sense. So work on refocusing. All right. And next up, we've got commune. I love this because it looks like there's a group of people here, a group of spirits communing around the cauldron. One of my favorite cards out of this deck. So commune. This is asking you to commune with yourself, commune with your spirit guides, commune with the spiritual realm in general, how best to kind of work together with that energy and produce results. So again, you can ask for help with manifesting, with your spirituality, with divination, however you see fit, but this is confirmation to commune with the spiritual realm. And our last card for the anatomy of a witch, we have new moon. Again, I love the confirmation here. So as you see, we are planting seeds in order to germinate and grow. So what seeds are you intending to plant this new moon? All right. The next cards we've got are the Gothic Oracle here from Anne Stokes. First up is the wish. Again, what wishes are you wanting to receive? Make your wish. But again, with manifesting or wishing, you have to put the inspired action behind the wish. You have to do the work. It's just the laws of the universe. And your last card for the Gothic Oracle, we have inner strength. So this is talking about courage. So this would be something that you might want to draw upon if you're new to spirituality or if you're new to whatever goals that you're setting. Again, the unknown is always a scary thing. So if you're trying to expand and grow beyond your known realm, you're going to need to have a little bit of courage, build upon that inner strength, pull it out, and trust the process. Again, that word trust is coming up again. So use that courage to move beyond what you know and into the unknown, because only then will we see any kind of growth, right? That's why the growth spurts are so hard. They can be painful because we don't know what we're growing into yet. We haven't seen the end of the chapter. So the last cards here are going to be some self-care cards from the Finding Inner Peace Oracle. First up, we have Believe in New Beginnings. I am the director of my life and understand the healing power of new beginnings. Love that. Next, we've got softening my heart. I'm no longer willing to let bad experiences take over my heart. It's time to let go of negativity. Then we've got my thoughts are powerful. Again, more confirmation. I am aware of the power of my thoughts. I am able to create my dream life. Boom. And your last card here is being gentle with myself. I'm gentle with myself and make happiness in my life a priority. Bringing back that 9 of Pentacles there. Oh my goodness, what a reading. So again, to kind of go over what we have talked about, focus on yourself, nurture yourself, but also nurture your goals, figure out what you want to create for your life and start planning, as well as it might be a little scary, but lean into it. If that's what you want, lean into that. Take a little bit of your inner courage, take those boundary builders seriously, and move forward with trust and faith and love and manifest, because again, our thoughts are powerful. So once you keep remembering that, you're going to want to nix the whole negative self-talk as soon as it comes up. Let it go on by. Align with what you want to become and what you want in your life. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope this resonated with you. I hope this helped. I hope you've learned something. If you did, let me know down in the comment section below. I love hearing from you guys. Thank you so much again. I love you and I like you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on your way out of this video. That way you will never miss an upload from me, and it really helps me and the channel out. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.